Hi, it's Isabella, and today we're doing a little do my nails with me while we have a little catch up. So it's going to be a bit like get ready with me, but we're doing my nails. I have another camera set up so you can see everything I'm doing, and we're just going to have a little chat. So this is going to be a really chill one. You can do your nails with me, you can do your makeup with me, you can do whatever, or you can just listen. Let's go. These are my real nails, and today they are in dire need. You can see they're just a little bit chipped. I've been wearing them in an almond shape. I have been craving a little French manicure and a little square tip. I think that's what we're going to do today. I've been fairly well known on YouTube over the years for my really long natural nails. I have actually deleted a lot of those old videos. However, I am currently re-uploading a lot of my old nails videos to my Patreon. To access that part of my Patreon, it's only £4 a month. You can come and go as you please. There will be lots of old nails videos and other old content from my channel over on my Patreon if you want to check it out. So let's get going with removing my nail polish. It has been so hot in the UK right now, and I am currently in a little box room on the top floor of a house. All my windows are closed because otherwise it might mess up the sound. This is like the hottest room in the house. It's just practice for when one day we live in a nice tropical hot country, you know, so I am not complaining. I am just enduring the heat. I'm starting off by just removing my nail polish. This, guys, is actually a terrible nail polish remover. I would not recommend this, but I could not find the Q-Tex one, which I always use. It does the job, but it's just so drying and it's not the best for your nails. My nails are a little bit yellow. They are not as yellow as they used to be back in the day. I think it's probably just because I wore more sort of reds and pinks back then, and these days I wear not so many reds. However, it is summer, so I do love a red nail. There's something about a red nail. Something about a red nail. A little update also on my nails, guys. I've developed a really bad habit over the past couple years of biting the skin around my nails. Gross! But I can't stop. I keep eating the skin around my nails. It's like a tasty little snack. I know that's so gross, but I don't know where it came from. It started to become a bit of an anxiety thing. Like, I notice when I'm actually anxious, I start doing it. Or if I'm watching TV, watching a movie, and a lot of the time I don't realize I'm doing it. And I've actually spoke a few times on my channel. I've had a problem with hair picking over the years. I like split my ends and pick up my hair, and I've done it since I was like 13. And it's like I go into like a trance when I do it. It's like I can't even stop. Hello.
Hello.
All right, speak to you later. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. My brother. I was going to tell him to say hello to the camera, but I felt like he'd be too shy. So I am desperately trying to stop, but it is like the hardest thing to stop with the biting. Like, I do it in the evenings and I don't realize it. And before I know it, I've like bitten all my fingers. They get sore. You can see like that I did that yesterday where it's kind of gone red. To avoid me having to go to the bathroom to wash my nails, I'm going to do it here. I've got a little bowl with some soapy water and I'm just going to scrub a dub my little nails. I always do this after using nail polish remover because you need to get that off your nails and your hands. It's so drying and it's just a good opportunity to give them a good scrub. But yeah, I just uploaded my 2014 nail care video, which was my first ever nail care video, and my 2015 nail care video to my Patreon if you want to go check it out. And I also have like a 2016 one that still needs to go up soon. And I've also got like some of my old, like really old hair videos, which I've had to go back and re-edit because some of them are just embarrassing. Like, and some of them I actually give not the best advice. Like, I didn't really know much about hair care back then, and I would just talk about stuff that I thought was good, so I've had to like re-edit some of it. But going back and re-editing my old videos, this is from when I was like 18, 19, it's been weird for me because like I found that the day after I felt like I was having like a weird identity crisis because I'd spent so long like looking at myself as a teenager and editing my old teenage videos. I started to feel like I was her again, like back then, and I've changed a lot since then. I'm not the same person, and I was having like some kind of weird identity thing, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't re-edit my old videos, like maybe I should just leave them in the past. Like, I'm having a weird time with it and I don't know whether to upload certain things or not, but some of them I am re-uploading, especially for my viewers that really enjoyed those videos back then. So anyway, so we've given my fingers a good, I need a towel. And I use a toothbrush because I don't have a nail brush at the moment. I have a bit of an obsession with animal print and cheetah print. It's like my favorite print. Okay, so I have my lovely little nail box right here, and I've had this literally since I was about maybe 11. It's kind of broken, but it used to have makeup in it and I now use it as a nail box. Anyway, so I've got some nail clippers, I've got some nail scissors somewhere, and we're going to actually snip my nails. Where are my nail scissors? Oh, every time I set up to film, there is something I've forgotten. Oh, I found them. Okay, so I'm going to snip just the ends off my nails. I feel like a nice little square tip. And they've kind of been annoying me lately, having the super long nails. I don't want to trim them too much, so I'm going to go about here. Oof. You see I'm like shaking because I'm like so warm. I'm a bit, I wouldn't say stressed. I'm kind of under a bit of time pressure because my car is currently at the garage. I don't know when they're going to call me. I've also got to make dinner tonight and I've got to make it before a certain time. So I'm kind of under a bit of a time crunch, but really wanted to make this video. So little update on my life at the moment. I'm still living with my dad, but I'm actually hoping that I'm going to move in with my boyfriend Lewis soon. We're hoping to find somewhere together. Oh my God, I can't do this one. I've had this nail clipper since literally I was 13. I got it on a holiday in Portugal. I literally remember buying it from like a stall and it still works. I have never ever bought another one and it works like a charm. It's only a little cheap one as well. Like it's supposed to be some kind of key ring. This thing is like indestructible. But yeah, so I'm hoping we can go move in together. However, it's just a little bit tricky because at the moment, I've mentioned this in like my last Q&A video. Money situation is a little bit of a struggle at the moment, but it's okay. It could be a lot worse. Okay, so I've now cut off all the like ends to my nails. I'm now going to give them a file. I have two files. I have like a raspy one and I have my crystal one. I'm actually going to go in with the raspy one first just to straighten these out. But yeah, so I'm just coming up with like little ways to like make a bit of extra money. Obviously my Patreon, I just made like a digital beauty tracker. It's like a habit tracker, but there's like more features on it. So if you're interested in that, you want to support the channel, you can always purchase those below. They're like always in the description of my videos. No pressure at all. Literally just you watching through this video or like watching an entire video or even like liking and leaving a comment like that is, you don't know how helpful that is for my channel. I really, really do appreciate that. It looks like when we do move in together, I will have to get like a part-time job and then just do YouTube on the side, which is kind of sad because it means I won't be able to make as many videos. But sometimes you just gotta do this kind of stuff, you know, like we live in the real world. Okay, so I've done that with this file. I'm now gonna use my crystal file. Also, I've got all my little like nail clippings here. I should probably move those. Sorry, that's kind of gross. I just left them there. I'm now just going to file my nails into sort of like a nicer square shape just to make sure they're all kind of straight. I don't know what kind of job I'll get. Ideally, I'd love to be like an estate agent, and no, that is not because of selling sunsets. I haven't even seen it. I don't really know what it's about, but everyone keeps talking about it whenever I mention like estate agents. But no, I'm interested in the housing market and I thought maybe that would be a good skill to learn. Speaking of skills, guys, oh my God, this might be a bit heavy for some people, but I've been like looking into, I've been basically getting a bit paranoid lately, and I'm not going to talk about it too much, but like just you know, like prepping and preppers and like people that prep for things like war and like if shit hits the fan or like natural disasters even, or just like things, basically the state of the world at the moment. I'm just like, with what I do, if like power went down, the internet went down, or if there was like a cyber attack or something really bad happened, I need to learn some skills. And I actually did take like a little survival course when I was about 14, 15, as part of my school, which was really, really helpful. I learned how to make a shelter. I learned how to make a fire. I went out into the forest for 3 days with no food, just a knife. I know this sounds crazy, but I did have like other people, like there was like groups of us and all our classmates and stuff, so we weren't like totally alone, but we weren't allowed to bring food, so we had to survive for 3 days with just a knife. the clothes on our back, making our own shelter out of what we could find, which was really, really fun. I'd actually love to do that again. But anyway, so I've actually been looking into like growing my own vegetables, and that's something that I want to start learning. I just think it's such a useful skill to have. I don't mean to scare anyone, but anything could happen in the world. Unfortunately, there's so much war going on like in other places in the world, and I feel so grateful every day that I live in a safe country. One of the like main things we need to survive is food. So I'm thinking I should probably learn like how to grow some basic vegetables, or like how to produce my own food. And also it's just a really handy skill to have. I know it sounds really dramatic, but I wrote up a survival plan, but I also think this is because me and my boyfriend watched War of the Worlds. We watched War of the Worlds on Sunday night, and like that film scares the heck out of me. And so after I watched it, and also we were like talking with the neighbors about like politics and all that stuff, I'm not gonna go into it, but it just kind of just got me thinking, and I was like, maybe I should just write up a little survival plan just in case. Items that I should probably have around the home just in case anything happens. I do really feel for the people around the world that like going through absolute hell right now, like in some countries at the moment. So I'm thinking, okay, how can I add value to myself? And I'm like, if I know how to grow food, that is like the most valuable asset you can have. I also watched Triangle of Sadness a couple weeks ago. If you don't like vomit and stuff like that, do not watch this film. I used to have like a vomit phobia. It's a real thing, I found out. I just don't watch that film if you're squeamish. But basically, ooh, there is sweat dripping down my foot. Great. So it kind of highlighted that like the rich people like are useless. Obviously, like not obviously just generalizing, but it turned out like, I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but it kind of just like highlighted the fact that you can have as much money as you want in the world, but if shit hits the fan, like what are you gonna do with it? So yeah, I don't know, just a lot of things I've been consuming lately have like made me just more aware of that. And also growing your own vegetables looks so fun as well, like, and eating them, that would be so rewarding. Okay, I'm just checking that all the lengths are, actually I've kind of bugged up the lengths. I did the curly girl method again today. I didn't use the Bouclem products. If you've seen my latest hair video, I like did the curly girl method like full blown because I haven't done that in years. So where they were pointed before, they're kind of like the square shape isn't totally square. It's almost like a coffin shape, but it's fine. I don't mind it too much. They don't have to be perfectly square. Okay, so I've got the shape. I'll show you the shape real quick. They are looking a lot more manageable right now, but I don't think I'm going to push back my cuticles because I did that a couple weeks ago just to speed things up. I'm not going to oil my nails or anything, but I'm just going to use this Get Hard by Nails ink. It's kind of like a bit of a pricey base coat, but I just bought it on a whim. So I'm just going to pop this base coat on before we move on. I've just realized as well, because it's so hot, the nail polish is gonna be extra gloopy. I did not really think this through. I just really wanted to film this video today and my nails needed it so bad, and I was like, screw it, I'm filming it. But obviously when it's hot, I should really keep my nail polish in the fridge, but I have so much of it that there would not be room. This one has a really lovely thick brush, so it's quite easy to paint my nails, but when it has like a thin little brush, that's the worst. I've also got my university reunion. It's been 5 years since I graduated from uni. I am like, what? If you've been here for a while, I used to make videos, some university vlogs. I studied acting, and I wanted to be an actress, so I made a lot of videos about acting back then. Again, a lot of those are now no longer on my channel, but I do plan on re-uploading some of them to my Patreon, and some of them are already on my Patreon as well. I'm just gonna let those dry. I think I'm gonna use this color, the Revlon Gel Envy. It's called All for Nothing, and it's just like a sheer nude. But yeah, so I've got my reunion, and it's kind of sad because not everyone is going, like not everyone can make it, and a lot of the people that I got on with really well can't make it, and it's like a 3-hour drive away. I'm obviously still gonna go out anyway because I'm so excited to see everyone. I had the best time at university. I truly flourished at university. I truly found myself, found my groove, found my social life, found my social ability. Before university, I was socially inept. If I had a really like awkward time as a teenager, I found it really hard to make friends. I just struggled really a lot socially, and unfortunately since uni, going straight into lockdown, All of those social skills I built kind of like went to shit. Yeah, I've not had the best social life since then. I obviously have met my boyfriend. I still stay in contact with some of my friends, but I don't see them too often. My university days in Bournemouth will hold a very close place in my heart for a long time. But anyway, okay, these are actually kind of dry now, and I'm gonna do a coat of this. I'm hoping that when I move in with Lewis, I can kind of like get back onto trying to work a bit more on like friendships and a social life, because having a long distance relationship means that I can only see him on the weekends, which is like the only time my friends are free. So it's like I either have to choose between either seeing my friends or my boyfriend. And if I spend one weekend with my friends, it will have to be 2 weeks until I see Lewis. So anyway, it's just a struggle. Anyone who's doing long distance will know this struggle. It does get difficult, and this is why a lot of people lose their friends when they end up in like really serious relationships, because, well, not lose them, but a lot of people find that their friendships become more distant because the person that you love, you put them first. Like a lot of the time, you know, this person ends up being the person you're with forever, long term, you know, and they're like your person. And if you're anything like me and you find it hard to make friends and you've got one person that understands you and loves you, like you're always gonna feel like you want to spend the most time with them. So I'm hoping that when we move in, because we'll spend a week together and we'll be sick of each other by the weekend, that means I can see my friends on the weekends more and I can like focus on building new friendships and new relationships, because it's so important. I actually made some awesome friends in Brighton like shortly before I moved out. We had some really fun times, but sadly since I moved quite far away now, and I just don't really have the time, and I'm not in like the circle anymore of being able to just pop round. I've been to visit a few times, but it's just harder to kind of plan it and stuff. Any kind of long distance friendship, relationship, it can be difficult. You really have to like put in the effort. Right, so that is the first coat. I actually have this nail art pen, which is like a white tip nail marker, and it's nails ink. It was like £5 from Superdrug, I think. It's okay, it's not the best, but I think I'm gonna use this today just for the sake of being quicker. It has like a really weird, like very hard nib, and when you press on it, the nail polish comes out, which makes me wonder. Okay, no, it still works. It hasn't dried out. So this one takes a little bit longer to dry, so I am just going to wait for that to dry. Update I wanted to give is that I've been learning presenting. I'm doing this kind of strange sort of course slash volunteering thing with this charity. So I'll be like presenting for the charity and like doing little videos for them. Okay, I feel like this is going to take a little while to dry, so in order to preserve my camera battery, I'm going to take a little break and then I'll be back in a little minute. Okay, I'm back. I have just watched a little bit of the Olympics with my dad. I just watched Great Britain win the silver medal in the men's BMX. Do you guys get into the Olympics? My dad he's had it on ever since it started. He has it on the TV all day, and my dad works from home a lot as well, so like he just has it on, and in his breaks he'll just like catch up on what's going on. I quite like it. It's quite fun because every now and then I just like come downstairs and I'm like, what's going on? How many medals have we got? So we've watched like the BMXing, the swimming. We've watched a bit of like the marathon running. I also just had a little light lunch. I had some granola with strawberries. Oh, strawberries are so good in the summer. Banana, honey, so good. Some cinnamon. It's like my favorite little lunch to make at the moment. I've been making it a lot. Oh, that was quite a thick coat. That's gonna take forever to dry, but luckily we do have a quick dry top coat which I might have to use. I especially loved the Olympics 2012 in London. I just remember there being this like huge vibe in England, and there was just like this happiness and this excitement, and just like everyone was like really into it that year. This was like before so many of the changes in the world happened since. I was 16 in 2012. 2012 was a very memorable year for me. Yeah, my hair is kind of drying. It was a little bit wet still, but it's come out really good. This has been such a busy year for me. I've got 2 weddings to go to, 2 family weddings to go to next month and the month after. And I also have the reunion. There's gonna be a baby shower soon, some hen parties. Like everyone's getting married this year, I feel like, in my life. I obviously originally wanted to go traveling this summer and this year, but it turned out to just not be a great time for me to go because just a lot of like personal things were happening. These family weddings, I cannot miss them. My reunion, I can't miss that. Like there was a few other dates that I had this summer that I just couldn't miss. I still am holding out hope. I wanted to visit my friend in America. It just didn't look like it was gonna happen this year. That is the second coat. This finger always does this, by the way. It like verges off that way. Do you see how it looks crooked? This hand looks fine. This hand, I just have a crooked finger. Really annoying. I try to file my nail to make it look different, but I've just given up with it today. Oh no, I just smudged it. How did I do that? Do you see that? Usually when I actually smudge it, I am actually quite brave and I very lightly just run my finger over it, and you can kind of manipulate the nail polish because it's still kind of tacky. No, now it's making it way worse. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Look what I did. Oh, I think we're gonna have to redo my middle finger. I just made that problem so much worse than it needed to be, and now I'm redoing my whole nail. I'm just gonna give it a quick dip in this water to get off that nail polish remover. Gonna give it a little wipe actually on here. Okay, I am back from my second break. I just had a little phone call with my brother. He just got a part in a play, which is really, really cool. A little local play where we live. Well, where I used to live. Yeah, my brother actually used to be an actor before I was even interested in it, back when we were kids. And he was always really talented at it, and he was really good. And then he studied it at like college and stuff. I've just done the exact same thing. You've got to be kidding me. I actually can't believe I've just done that again. I must have done the exact same movement with my hand because it happened in literally the exact same way. I think I was holding the pen. So my brother is a couple years older than me, and yeah, he kind of lost the passion for it in his late teens, early 20s, and went on to do other things. He's a very talented writer and things like that. He actually has a YouTube channel. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it below. He even used to do YouTube before me when he was like 16, 17. He actually had like quite a few like followers and fans, but then he deleted it. And now he just makes like video essays and like weird little unusual like weird parts of the internet kind of content, which I love. Anyway, so I'm just shaking up this pen. I'm going to show you how this works. So you have to push it to like activate the ink to come out. This is not working so well. Okay, now that it's starting to come out, it's actually not too bad. The last nail video I did, I'm pretty sure I did a French manicure as well. So I'm not doing very well in terms of giving variety. So you can kind of see that the marker is working a bit better now. And it dries a bit quicker than my other white nail polish that I have, which is actually China Glaze. I remember back when I started getting into nail care, I remember hearing that China Glaze was like it was like up there with OPI, like it was quite expensive and stuff. And I often find China Glaze actually in TK Maxx, and I got a white China Glaze. It was really disappointing, a bit thick and gloopy, and it didn't dry very well. I'm gonna do my thumbnail now. I find some of the coolest colors in TK Maxx because they usually have like quite weird, obscure colors, but sometimes you can find like really good colors. It's usually because it's the colors nobody wants that's been left over. My little pointer finger here broke fairly recently, so it's a bit smaller than my other finger. Oh, I've got to do my left hand now. I am so mad that the summer is nearly over. If you're in the UK, you'll know that we've had a bit of a crappy summer. We've had quite a lot of rain and just not as many sunny days as we would like, which is ironic because today we're having a really hot day and yesterday we had a heat wave. Quite a lot of grey days throughout July and June. Hopefully we'll get an Indian summer and we'll get a really nice, hot, warm autumn. Ideally though, I would love to live somewhere a lot warmer, which is why when it does get hot, like I try not to complain if it's too hot. I just kind of try and deal with it. Like I have no aircon in this room. I have no aircon in my car either. Do you know what? Saying it sounds like such a first world problem. Like, oh my God, I have no aircon. Really? You don't have aircon? Poor thing. People are dying. I can't believe I literally went away, repainted my middle nail and then smudged it as soon as I was finished again in the exact same way. You're joking. I've painted over it and you can still see it. You can literally still see it. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna let these dry and then I'll be back to do my top coat. I went away and I redid my middle finger for the second time. Third actually. Anyway, I'm gonna do a second coat on all of the white tips. I remember the first time I tried to do a French tip, I tried to do it on my toenails. I must have been only about maybe 6 or 7, and I remember using a toothpick and dipping it in white nail polish. It came out so messy, but I just remember being so proud of them, and I remember just being in the playground and looking down at my little messy, like smudged up little French manicured toenails. From far away, they actually looked kind of cute. Yeah, I was like so proud of myself. When I was a kid, I actually wore red nail polish a lot. I had this one red nail polish and I kept it for ages, and I think my dad got it for me in Spain or something, and it had this cute little like weird flower design on it, like actual flowers in the lid. But I did go through and I did like a huge clear out like a couple years ago of all the stuff in my cellar, including a lot of my Bratz stuff, which you'll know from my Bratz restoration series. Yeah, it was around that time that I actually went through all my stuff from my childhood, and I proper went through it all because I knew I had too much. I'm a very sentimental person and I didn't want to get rid of it, but I knew I had to like at least get rid of some of it. I think I ended up giving a lot of it to charity. I've done 2 boot fairs. I also have sold a few things on eBay, Facebook Marketplace. I sold some Hello Kitty toasters because I became obsessed with Hello Kitty for a hot minute. I don't know if you can see very well, but when it dries it just kind of looks kind of weird. Sometimes when I'm doing a French manicure, I actually go over the white tips with the sheer again. It just makes it all look a bit smoother and it can kind of hide any imperfections from the white nail polish. But today I think I'm just going to go straight in with a quick dry top coat. I've actually been wanting to get this one for years. It's the Sally Hansen Insta Dry Top Coat. It was £7 or something, which is kind of, I guess, kind of pricey, but I just realized that I just hate like trying to wait for my nails to dry. So I was obsessed with Hello Kitty when I was about 14, 15, and my dad got me loads of this stuff for my birthday one year, loads of Hello Kitty stuff, including 2 toaster, like a toaster and an oven, with neither of which I could use because they had like a USA voltage. I ended up never being able to use them and they just stayed in the cellar for years, and I finally sold them a couple months ago after like over 10 years of having them. I sold them for like 40 quid each, which is not bad. Yeah, I sold loads of my old things from my childhood. I made a couple hundred quid from like boot fairs and selling stuff on eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Feels so good as well to get rid of stuff, but not even just getting rid of stuff, but actually making money from stuff. But even though I've got rid of so much stuff, like I literally had a whole corner of our cellar was just boxes and boxes of my things. I used to be obsessed with like old toys and stuff, and we've got like loads of Toy Story stuff. I've got loads of Barbie stuff, obviously all my Brat stuff and old Spice Girls Barbies, collectible stuff, and I just didn't want to get rid of it. But also, like, if you don't have somewhere to store it, it's like so cumbersome, and my mum didn't want me to keep it in the cellar forever. So I've downsized a lot, but there's still so much that I need to go through, and if I ever do move out of the UK to another country, I cannot bring all that stuff with me, and my mum is not going to want to keep hold of it forever. So, and then it's either like, okay, you could get a storage locker, but storage lockers are so expensive, and then it's just like you're just paying to store your stuff. It's an ongoing mission of getting rid of stuff. I just need to finish up this middle nail and then we will be finished. This has been a very long video, but thank you for sticking around. All right, we've just done the second coat. I can't believe I had to read it. I'm not gonna smudge this finger. I can't believe I had to redo it so many times. Okay, I have just finished my nails. They are complete. So my camera died, but this is what they look like. They look really cute. I'm very happy with them. I always feel so like girly and feminine when I've got a little French manicure. So glam. So I'm gonna enjoy this for a couple of days, and then I'll probably have to repaint them in about 5 to 7 days or so. I actually made a video on how I fix a broken nail, and I tried to make it like ASMR. I'm gonna leave it right here, and if you want to see my last Q&A video, I'm gonna leave that right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.